EKCYP is a network of correspondents to the European Knowledge Center for Youth Policy. They represent the member states party to the European Cultural Convention, so almost geographic Europe, and the correspondents are nominated by representatives of ministries in charge of youth, and they play a really important role for all of our research. They provide important evidence, data, and really the picture about young people and youth sector at national level. Without the work of EKCYP correspondents, it would be very hard for us to provide the analysis and the work that PEYR members do, which is to feed evidence for decision-making at European level.
Pool of European Youth Researchers, or in short PEYR, is a network coordinated by the partnership between the European Commission and the Council of Europe in the field of youth. The pool consists of 35 youth researchers from across Europe. Our members are involved in research, analysis, data gathering, and producing knowledge on various topics relevant for young people's lives. Members of PEYR support the two partner institutions, European Commission and the Council of Europe, in designing evidence-based youth policies. They do this by, for example, taking part in the advisory mission of the Council of Europe to the member states, or taking part in consultation processes at the EU level, such as the EU Youth Dialogue.
For us, for the European Commission, the two networks of EKCYP and PEYR are really important because give us access to evidence-based analysis, give us the tools in order to understand better what is going on in the youth field in municipal, regional, national and European level. At the same time, it's important that they are supporting our questions coming from the member states and proving if the proposed policies, the proposed framework are based on real needs of the young people.
So EKCYP and PEYR are playing an indispensable contribution to the development of evidence-based youth policies. We need their findings and their studies in order to better understand what are the challenges that young people are facing today. And so this is the basis to develop rational and good youth policies for the benefit of young people.
In 2017, when I joined EKCYP, I was representing a non-governmental organization. Now I'm representing the government. And this is exactly what I like about EKCYP. It brings diverse people from diverse institutions, ages and experiences, and I still find a good place for myself in this structure.
I'm involved in the platform for quite a few years, and now I'm part of the advisory group. And when I'm looking back to my involvement, it was a bit of a surprise because being skeptical to what's happening on the European levels, I discovered a platform, an organization who offered really good opportunities to help me doing my job on the youth field in Belgium and in Europe. It's a combination of, on the one hand, very good theoretical backgrounds and good thinking about what's happening, and on the other hand, at the same time, it's very accessible, it's nice to work with, it's open and it's effective.
I've been involved in the work of the Youth Partnership since 2010, which makes me one of the pioneers of the program. And my main gain, let's say, an opportunity was to contribute from the capacity of youth researcher to the mutual dialogue between the famous triangle between the policymakers and the practitioners, youth workers, and also young people and fellow youth researchers, of course.
I've been a member of EKCYP since January 2009, and my tasks are mainly related to producing and updating country info sheet on youth policy for Bosnia and Herzegovina. I'm participating in every annual meeting of EKCYP members where I have a chance to exchange knowledge, experience, and meet other people who are my peers in this network.
As an EKCYP correspondent, my role is to participate to the production of data, knowledges by providing information about youth policies, about French youth policies. And my other role is to to disseminate information produced by the EKCYP network, by the partnership between the Council of Europe and the European Commission.
One of my recent roles was to carry out the review of the Article 1.1 of the recommendation adopted by the Committee of Ministers of the Council of Europe on Young People's Freedom of Assembly. This has been a novel initiative of the Youth Department of the Council of Europe in order to take stock of the progress made and to analyze the challenges member states faced in this process, but also an important methodological exercise for the review of the next articles. I also acted as a rapporteur of the symposium Navigating Transitions carried out by the partnership in the frame of the European Year of Youth in the European youth capital at the time, Tirana.
I've been working with the partnership for the last 11 years, and in these 11 years I was a member of various policy processes, both at the level of Council of Europe but also European Commission, and in these processes I represented the EKCYP. But if I had to choose among these processes, I would definitely say that one of the most memorable most definitely was being a member of the drafting team for the third European Youth Work Convention.
One of the most interesting contributions from my side was the opportunity that was given by the partnership to take part in the Council of Europe youth policy reviews in Greece and Andorra, for example, in other places, and other opportunities to support mutual learning activities of the European Commission, and also to lead the expert group on EU youth indicators. I think that all of these activities help me to better understand the processes of policymaking, but also to contribute to evidence-based policymaking, to generation of quality knowledge that can support not only European, but also regional, national, and the local policy level.
Since my membership of the pool, I've worked in a couple of projects actually. The main one and the one I started with was an analysis together with Howard Williamson on the EU Youth Strategy and the Council of Europe Youth Sector Strategy and their priorities, and basically the question how their priorities shifted from before and after COVID. And it was very interesting to work with another researcher with a completely different angle and to bring together our thoughts, our ideas to bring basically European youth policy further.
So the most recent task that I'm involved is producing Youth Wiki for Bosnia and Herzegovina. That was really a good experience because in a way it's helping Bosnia and Herzegovina to kind of catch up with the rest of the Europe and to get some information, not some information, all the relevant information about the youth work, youth policy and the situation for young people in a kind of more structured way.
I have been involved with the partnership since around 2 years as a member of the pool of European youth researchers, and I worked mainly on sustainability and the strategy and checklist to help green the youth sector, and also have supported the EU Youth Dialogue.
I am part of EKCYP peer meetings since 2019, but my most memorable time working in was the time during organizing the symposium here in Tirana in the frame of Tirana European Youth Capital 2022.
My most memorable moment from EKCYP is actually the very first meeting when I joined in 2017 in Budapest, and that's where I found this diversity of people, of institutions they represent, of ideas, and this is where I found that this pool of people can actually contribute to a togetherness or a collective knowledge, experiences, and I've seen that they're ready to take them home and translate them into concrete measures or send them on to the right actors.
In the last 25 years, the partnership produced lots of resources, and those resources are definitely most helpful, not only to practitioners, but also to researchers and also policymakers. And out of this plethora of different resources, I would like to point out two. One is definitely the essentials, because in these books, we cover the most important topics and conceptualize things that we talk about and try to promote, academically and methodologically rigorous point of view on this concept. And the second resource is definitely the report on education of youth workers. From my point of view, education of youth workers is a topic that was put on the agenda due to the partnership and their effort. Without partnership, we wouldn't be having, discussions on youth work education as we are having now on that level.